Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to work on a Zend Framework project to get familiar with how it works. If you're not able to set this up, just watch my previous tutorial. And what we're going to do is go to our working folder here. Mine just happens to be in Workspace Zendy. And our public folder here, this is where this is actually going, the URL. However, everything maps through this application controllers folder, and I will show you. So what we're going to do is create our own controller. The index controller is obviously the main page, and you see all this code. You can copy this and create your own controller if you want and rename like this part here to what you want to rename it. However, I'm going to use Windows PowerShell, and I'm going to go to my directory where it's located, and to know if you're in the right place, you'll see .zfproject.xml. Now we can use the command line, and I'll say ZF for Zend Framework, create controller, and I'll call this one test. Okay, and what happens is we get a new test controller here, and it just wrote it for us. Now controller, this handles the URL and where it goes, so it's called test controller, and basically if we go to /test, we now have a script for test, or URL address, and what loads is the index action if you don't type anything else. As you know, websites work like that. So I could say echo 1 and refresh, and we get a 1 there. And what is nice about the controller creation is that it also creates the views for you, which is in views, scripts, and we have this test folder, and this is for all the test pages that we're going to create. So if I go in here and I have the index.html, and you can see index action lines up with index.html, and what we're going to do is create another action. So I'll just create a new text document, and I'll call this chat.phtml. Open. I'll just say chat thing and a horizontal rule, I guess. Let's see what index has. Okay. And what we're going to do is make a new thing here. Public function chat action. And I'll say echo, I'm in the chat method. Okay. And if I move that down a little bit, now I can go to /chat. And it loads our view, and it also outputs any data here. Pretty cool. So what if we wanted to assign variables from PHP to the actual page? It's quite easy. I could do something like this. Instead of putting this all here, I could say this, which refers to the test controller here. This view assign, and if you ever use Smarty, it's very similar. So I could assign MSG. This is a message that holds data. Okay, so now I can access MSG inside of the view, and I'll just say echo this MSG and refresh, and this is a message that holds data. Now if you have short tags on, you could also do it like that, which is how it would be a little shorter. It's up to you. If we wanted to create a layout that was the same on every page, which you probably will, what you would do is you would go to you want to enable layouts, and these aren't on by default. So you would type ZF enable layouts. Looks like I didn't type that right. Was it layout? There. Okay. ZF enable layout. Okay. And that will appear in our application folder. and layout, scripts, and layout.phtml. And this is basically like a wrapper for all your content. So you could put a div id equals header in here. This is my header. I'm going to my ZF. Okay, and I'll refresh that. And you can see on every page we'll have this layout. We can put it at the bottom too. Footer. Okay, and refresh. And it's pretty easy. One thing you might notice is if we have, let's say, application controllers, test controller. Let me create a function. I'll say public function other action. And if I'll just say echo 22, we're going to get an error. So /other. And we have an application error. And it's kind of like, well, what's going on? And we have no idea. What we need to do is make sure Zend is in development mode so that we can see errors. Now, just the way I installed it, I just quickly went through it and don't have that environment variable set. And a quick and easy way to do that would be to go into public, your HT access, and we'll just do set env application env development. Okay, and what this does is in configs application.ini, these are our development environments, testing, development, and basically we just set the environment to development so that the PHP settings will show startup errors, display errors, and exceptions. I know this is probably very confusing if you're new to this. It is difficult to get started with, but hey. And I'll refresh, and here's the message: script test other.phtml not found. And this will save you a lot of time if you start creating methods and you forget to put something in there. So I would go to scripts test, and I'll just call this other. Refresh, and we don't have an error. And obviously in production mode you would remove this and probably change this to production. Alright, so that's a quick start on Zend Framework. You may have to go through the video twice to understand what's going on because we're doing a lot, and good luck.